And happening now, the deadline for the U.S. budget is tomorrow. Today's session failed to pass a bill, and they have already disbanded for the day. Newswatch 12's reporter Brinkley Hill spoke to congressmen and women in the region and around the state today to see what this means for people in our area. Brinkley.
Haley, every senator that I spoke to today said that this shutdown affects real people. Some government workers, like over 8,000 that work for the Bureau of Land Management, will be furloughed and without a job until the end of the government shutdown. Now, other government workers, like TSA employees, will be working without pay and they'll be reimbursed when the government shutdown is over. But until then, they just have to wait for congressional compromise.
We have yet to emerge from the hunger crisis our communities have faced since the pandemic. Even before a government shutdown looked likely, we were prepared to serve more than 1 million people in Oregon with emergency food assistance. A prolonged government shutdown will worsen hunger for 28,000 federal workers and contractors living here in Oregon.
Now, Oregon agencies have ensured that WIC and SNAP benefits will continue for Oregonians through the month of October. But should this political standoff continue longer, local food banks are ready to support the food needs. Access has over 30 food pantries across Jackson County, and with their new warehouse have more space for food storage. Today, they told Newswatch 12 that with our additional space at the new warehouse, we have more food available for our community. We also currently have state funding for food purchasing that could be used to fill in any gaps that may arise. Now, coming up on Newswatch 12 at 6, you'll hear from a Southern Oregon representative on her take on the government shutdown and what she's doing to help you. Live from the studio, I'm Brinkley Hill, Newswatch 12.
Brinkley, thank you. And House Speaker Kevin McCarthy attempted to keep the federal government temporarily open, but a holdout from Republicans, a part of the Freedom Caucus, makes that shutdown almost certain now. The House bill that was rejected would have cut spending by nearly 30% to many agencies and add border security provisions. Today, we talked to Congressman Doug LaMalfa, who says House Republicans weren't close in agreement, but not enough to pass it, though.
A negotiation that is actually honest and takes all these things into account. Because I thought what we had was something pretty close. It has some level of limitation on spending and it does a lot of good work on enforcing the border.
And he says that fellow Republicans came close to an agreement. The Freedom Caucus's 21 no votes called the bill insufficient. LaMalfa told Newswatch 12 that members from the House are meeting in private discussions to find a possible solution.